How y'all doing out there? Hope y'all good. Hope y'all living. Hope y'all breathing. Hope everything's okay. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
It's good, man. It's good.
Good, we good.
So let's get straight to it, man. I just want to get straight to it.
What's the message, brother?
Let's get straight to it. So I'm gonna start this off by giving a shout out to all our audience, all our listeners, viewers. We love y'all. But I gotta ask this question: did you know that the pink stuff in your head is not bubble gum? I'll ask one more time. Did you know that the pink stuff in your head is not bubble gum?
What that mean?
It means you have a brain. That's not bubblicious in your head, top. That is a brain. So, unlike any other species on this planet Earth, our brain, the human brain, is remarkable. And if you use it, you won't lose it. You know, they say, use it before you lose it. Mm-hmm. Use it so you won't lose it. It's just in society, I think we take advantage of the fact that we're the highest life, as humans, we're the highest life form on Earth. And sometimes we could be some of the most not smartest life forms on Earth, even with a brain, just the mind,
The mind.
Yeah.
Mind is so important, man. The mind is what sets us apart from every other living organism on the planet.
Yes.
It's what makes us in God's image, so to speak. Because we got free will. We can make decisions. We can make a decision to do wrong. We can make a decision to do good. But the mind is where it starts. The mind is why we do things. And so here's the question. What is it that motivates you? What are you putting into your mind? That's something we have to ask ourselves. What am I putting into my mind that make me feel and act the way that I do? If you ever find yourself in a situation where you got a bad habit or something that you just really trying to get rid of or you trying to do better but you just can't, it's going to start here. It's going to start in the mind. And so you have to ask yourself, what are my motivating factors? Because what you think about the most, that's what's going to come out. You are what you think about.
Yeah.
And if you always thinking about the movies you watch, the entertainment you surround yourself with, then that's what you will think like.
Can I give an example real quick?
For sure.
I'll let you continue.
For sure.
How many of us this past week has been walking around randomly saying, mustard? How many of us been doing that? Because it's in our brain. It's been implanted in our brains. I'm telling you.
Sir, Kendrick did some damage.
Yes. All right.
Yes, did some damage.
Most definitely.
But no, that's real.
Yeah.
The music you listen to, all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Entertainment is entertainment. Fun entertainment, whatever. But as adults, as we get older, as we are citizens to society, our decisions matter. The things we do matter. And as humans, we are it's in our makeup. We are followers at first. We had to learn something from somebody. And so the majority of the human race moves in this one direction. So you got the 1% that moves in a whole totally different direction. But they had to think different. And so that right there, we have to think different. From our upbringing, whatever the case may be, these things affect the way we think now. But if these things have not been addressed, the negative part of things, I'm not saying upbringing always got to be something negative.
Yeah.
We got some good times, some good things, but there are things in the upbringing, including myself, that I have to get rid of because it becomes what I probably call a safe place.
Yeah.
It's what I'm used to. And so it's the subconscious.
Yeah.
And so if I'm trying to get rid of an addiction or a bad habit, a vice, or whatever the case may be, my comfort zone is, we always resort back to that comfort zone because that's what our brain know. Our mind tends to play tricks on us.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I honestly was suffering with for a while. Just found myself stuck in a rut, not where I want to be. And then a lot of people, when you get to that age, 30, when you get like around that age, you start thinking about stuff. You start thinking about where you at, like, man, where am I? But don't get me wrong, it's never too late. Whether you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, it's never too late to start addressing your mind, your mind. But the older it get, the harder it get. The older you get, the harder it gets.
Yeah. But that's why it's important to stay on mental health. But really, and a big part of mental health is acknowledging that we have a brain. You have a mind that you have to take care of. Mm-hmm. Just like your physical, you have to take care of your mind. You know, there's a part where I feel as though in society where the minds are under attack constantly. But our minds are, it's a computer. It can hold a lot of data, but like anything, any computer, it's so much space that it can handle at one time before it starts to go slow or freeze or glitch. Yep. And that's why what you were saying, a lot of our intake, which you spoke on earlier, a lot of our intake, we need to watch what we intake and what we, pick up. Because even now in society, like the mind is not really appreciated, or even it's more so a bombardment of information to the mind instead of more of a soothing, relaxed approach to massaging the brain. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So instead of like everything, so it's just smashed and quick. Everybody wants everything quick instead of something easy to absorb through our mind. I just can't like, it's a process to setting up my PC. I can't just grab a big hard drive and try to throw it in there. Like, no, it's a process and taking this data in, streaming it in. Yeah. And that's how you have to be with your mind.
It's a process. I like that. Everything got a process.
Yeah.
Creation, you look around, it was a process.
Yeah.
The water cycle is a process. The way everything is the way the solar system rotates, everything has a process to make it make sense. We have to, that process that goes in our mind, we got to make it make sense. We have to do the work. And so, like what we were talking about, the intake. So, stepping away from the negative intake, but not only just doing that, because it's no just being neutral. You have to feed the mind the right things. Just like a physical body, you gotta. It's not enough just to stop eating bad. You have to eat the healthy things you need to eat.
Yeah.
And so it's the same with the mind. What are you putting into your mind? If you're gonna stop the negativity, the negative things, what will you put into your mind? That's where reading books come into play. Because essentially you're using your mind, your imagination is becoming active when you read.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking watching something, because watching something it helps as well if it's the proper thing, if you're trying to build your mind. Self-building or self-improvement, for an example.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do self-improvement, you watch self-improvement videos, that's fine. You read a book, now you can use your active imagination. Yeah. And what that's doing that's training your subconscious.
Yeah, it's like
subconscious. Yeah,
it's like, that's why I really love reading. I'm big on reading because, especially, like I said, it's nothing wrong with reading having pictures in your books, but it's good to read a book with no pictures because you're giving your brain a chance to exercise more, and be used more in the imagination aspect, and visualizing what you're reading and putting those words together and getting the information that you need to take in from that book. Because when you are staring at the TV, like, it's kind of easy. Everything's kind of given to you, which is cool because, like, we talk about cartoons, we talk about shows and all that stuff. But sometimes it's good to pick up a book and just read.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Another thing
it
that I
helps.
was reading on that helps is even if you, I hear, when you sleep, that's the body's reparation stage. You're repairing yourself, and when you're sleeping, if you just use some headphones, earbuds, or whatever, and you play an audio book
Yeah.
and go to sleep to that. I'm hearing that, and I want to try that. I'm gonna let y'all know how that works. But what that's doing is training your subconscious.
Yeah.
Because that's where your subconscious is most active when you're asleep. So therefore, you have the dreams and all that.
Well, that's like what happened to Dexter when he was studying for that French class. He went to sleep, but the omelet do fromage kept skipping.
Yes.
Yeah. So make sure.
And that was on it. And then what happened?
And that was the only thing he could say because his brain, that's all he remembered.
So if you ever was struggling, 9 times out of 10, we know what we got to do.
Yeah.
A lot of us already know what we got to do. The hard part is just doing it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because that's the hard part, is actually just doing it. When you train that subconscious, your subconscious, the mind, like you said, what happened with that, that's what's going to happen with us.
Yeah.
So keep playing that back over and over. Meditate daily, doing those type of things consistently. That's what's going to get you to doing what you taking action.
Yeah.
That's what's going to get you to take action, man. The mind is very important because if you don't take care of it, that is what's holding you back from doing what you want to do. And then you lack success.
Where do all the things we see around us start from? Everything we see around us start from the mind. From our buildings to entertainment to the vehicles you drive to the corner store. Everything we see started from someone's mind. Yep. It was an idea. And they took that idea and materialized it. That's how powerful our minds are. You speaking on that's how we're made in God's image. So that's one of the ways, because we can take things from our mind and create from it. And that's an amazing thing. Like when you really think about that, your mind is a powerful tool. And once you acknowledge that, you'll be able to take control of your mind and don't let your mind control you. Mm-hmm. You'll be more aware of what you can really do instead of just, being sad and just feel like, oh, it's nothing I could do. Like, you have a brain. A lot of people aren't in that position, and you're in a position to create. That's why even I feel like with this podcast, I feel like we are able to take these ideas from our mind and let it materialize. Mm-hmm. And that alone is just something that humans need on a regular basis to do. To feel human is to create something from the mind. It affirms your abilities that you didn't even know were there.
Yep.
So.
And that's why it's so important. It's a lot of things around that surrounds us that could affect our mind for the better or for the worse. That's why we keep on just beating on what you feed in your mind. Like, what's the intake? For example, cultivating the ground. If anybody ever knew anything about farming, the seeds. You heard read what you saw. Okay, so the seeds, the ground, the soil don't care what you put in there. And you can equivalate your mind, or is that a word, equivalate? Anyways, y'all get the point. I'm going to use that. You can
equate.
Oh, I like equivalate. You can equivalate your mind.
Hey, put that in somebody spell equivalate in the comments.
Equivalate.
And we'll pin it, just so we can know equivalate.
Equivalate your mind with the soil, right? So the soil don't care what you put in it.
Yeah.
Whatever you put in it, that's what it's going to sprout out. You put an apple seed in there, it's gonna be an apple tree. It's not gonna be an orange tree. It's gonna be an apple tree.
Yeah.
Just like the mind, what you put in there, that's what you're gonna end up. That's who you gonna be, because that's what you always gonna think about. You are what you think about. You are gonna keep thinking about that, and that's what you gonna end up. Your actions are gonna show it. The movies y'all be watching, man, them Tyler Perry movies, them relationships, man. I try to stand clear of the relationship talk, but The movies, you think it's okay to act that way and how they act in a movie. We're not gonna go on that.
No, we can.
You think it's okay,
Go ahead.
but
Cook.
it's not.
Cook.
You think it's okay to act a fool when you get mistreated and you act out and it's entertaining on the TV, but as human beings, as a civilized human with the brain that's not like a dog or a cat, you have civilized human. It's ways to handle specific situations. TV is just TV. But that's why, once again, going back to that analogy with the soil, it's what you put in. If you put that in, that's how you're going to act in your relationships.
Yeah.
And your relationships will not last.
Yeah.
They will not last. Things
because you're toiling over the soil. It's not like you throw a seed in there and walk away, but by continuously intaking the information on these shows, these Tyler Perry.
9 times out of 10, you want to be better. So if I want an apple tree, but I'm planting grape seeds, but I'm expecting an apple tree, I'm the crazy one, right?
Yeah.
And so if I'm watching these Real Housewives, all this crazy, these things, if that's all, the entertainment is cool. But it gotta just be entertainment. You can't take these things for face value. These people are actors and actors. They're acting.
Yeah.
That is not who they really are. Hopefully, who they really are on the television. And so you want better for your own real life relationship. You don't want to use those false seeds, so to speak.
Yeah.
You want to find out what it is you need to do to cultivate the relationship that you want. And in order to do that, the mind. It's certain things like these movies, a lot of things, what it's doing, it makes us believe that external things or other people is responsible for our happiness. So we get to blame other people if they make mistakes, or if they're not a mistake, if they do something wrong with us. See, we have no control what somebody else does. We have control on how we react, though.
Yeah.
We have control on how we react, but how we react, we'd be surprised the differences of if we react one way or another. For example, we can fight, but 9 times out of 10, those don't end well. Or you could kill with kindness. Let me explain that. That sounds cliche, but
yeah,
it was a book. I can't remember the book I was reading, but he was a scholar, a Bible scholar, and he made a statement. He said, to a person that returns evil for evil is devilish. A person that returns good for good is human. You treat me good, I treat you good.
Yeah.
A person that returns good for evil is divine. So now we tapping into that inner that. And so when you are able to do that, you will see the benefits of it. It seems like the wrong way, but guess what? A lot of stuff that seem like they're going the wrong way, the opposite of the way, or against the grain, end up being the thing that gets you to where you want to be. That's why there is, once again, like a 1%.
Yeah.
The hard thing to do. It's hard to get in the gym and work out and do what you got to do. But the person that's actually doing it, you see their results.
Yeah. And that's mental.
Mental.
That's a mind.
Trust me, it's mental. I know that. It starts there.
It starts in the mind, man. So my journey into the gym for me was completely mental. I was getting up 5 a.m. in the morning, hitting the gym at 6 a.m., just constantly getting up, going until I started seeing changes in my body. But I had to do a mental block to where I'm blocking all type of doubt of, I'm wasting my time, I don't feel like being here.
That's that subconscious mind, bro.
I don't know if I'm embarrassed, or how do I look at here? Man, you got to block that out. your mind, like I said, if you don't control your mind, it can literally be a weapon. It could be your own Damocles sword hanging above your head. You have to control your mind. You have to take control. Like, it's not about defeating your mind, it's controlling it, because it's your mind. You don't want to beat your brain in, but you have to take control of your mind. Control it.
You are the real
our mind
thing.
wanders. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our mind wanders. We negative thoughts, all this type of stuff. But you have to control your mind, because once you lose your mind, I had a guy ask me, like, why don't you, you never really, you don't, and I ain't judging nobody, but like, you don't get high, man, you don't do this, you don't do that. Well, not only did I live in a crack house, so I definitely, it was never gonna be drugs for me. But another thing I know is that when you do elevate at that level, you do get high, you lose control of your mind. I don't want to lose control. I want my brain attached to me at all times.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Got to.
I'd rather face the traumas, doubts, fears that my mind may bring head on. Not use any substance or cheat to escape it. Because all it's going to do is come right back.
Yep.
That's all it's going to do. So that's why it's important to control your mind.
Yeah.
To control it,
Control your mind.
Control it, man.
Them thoughts.
A lot
of stuff that goes on through. What they say, 90. It's about 95% of the things that you think about are not reality. Let that sink in. Like,
oh wow, oh
that mate that you wondering, is they cheating right now? It's not. These are made up things. About 95% though. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That goes on in our brain that is just not a reality.
Or the insecurities.
It doesn't.
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
Do they hate me, or
all those things.
None of that
all
matters.
Those things.
None of that.
We
matters.
have to get away from that 95% of crap that's in our mind.
Yeah.
And we have to focus on what is real, the reality of what you know is real, not the thoughts of what you think, what you know is real. That's just one way of taking control of your mind. You got to focus on the things that you can control on the outside. You can't control if your mate is not here, they somewhere else, they at work or whatever the case may be. You can't control what they're doing there. But your brain will tell you that, whatever you're thinking, this is true. And what's going to start happening, you're going to start acting out a character, something you really didn't want to be like. You really didn't want to. Nobody wants to live a relationship wondering or wanting to go through their spouse's phone or something like that. They rather just trust. That's what you rather do. You rather just have a beautiful friendship, loving relationship with your mate and just have that trust. You want to do that. But the mind.
Yeah.
The mind. So.
But that's why it's important to control your mind, because reality is reality. You can't control the external things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't control the inner thing, because the world is crashing down around me. Me crashing with it. I'm just part of the world, just crashing down. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be a domino. I'd rather stand tall, be a rock, fall where everybody else. No, I'm gonna be a rock.
That's it.
So mentally, and like I said, everybody go through things. But you have to control your mind. You have to really take time to really think about your mental health. And really think about, am I sick mentally? And it's not always, it's not the general view of somebody mentally sick, like got a straitjacket on in an asylum somewhere. That's derangement. That's a different type of level. But just even like not being able to conquer the small things of insecurities or traumas. There's therapy, of course, but certain things for me that I had to do is like insecurities or doubts and fears that would plague my brain over and over, that I had to realize, like, bro, I gotta let this go.
You gotta let that go.
I let it. Like, it's like, bro, like
the
man I am not the same. My mom, they really, it's the truth when they say, a man told me once, I was 21 thinking I'm grown. He was like, man, by the time you're 30, you're gonna look back like I had a mind of a child, and I did. I was the way I think now is far away from how I thought when I was 21 years old. Your mind changes. It's gonna change, and I'd rather change and with hope and progression than regretting. Oh man, I should have been.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And that's why it's so important to train that conscience, train that mind.
Yeah.
Because that's what's gonna get you to what you talking about now. You 30, you looking back at 20. You're gonna always, hopefully, we always moving in progression.
Yeah.
To where when we look back, but that just means you made progression.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, man. Make those mistakes. Don't let your mind. Our mind try to play tricks on us and make us feel like everything got to go the right way the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's the mistakes that does the training.
Yep.
Make the mistakes. Make them fast. That's why it's important to just do it. That's why with the podcast, it was just important to just do it. No matter do we got the right equipment or the quality low or we don't have the right lighting. We could have tried to wait till everything that we thought that would make it perfect happen, but the progression gonna come with the mistakes that we have.
Yeah.
The feedback and the mistakes and the thing. Then we can look back and we'll see I don't know which video, how many what episode is this?
This episode
5, 6.
This
is
officially
5 officially.
No, officially I think it's 6.
No, that 5 was not an actual episode.
Oh, it's extra.
This is actually episode 5, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll check it out.
5,
what I'm saying is though, on episode 20, we're gonna compare episode 20 to this one and watch how much different and how much better it is.
Yeah.
Make the mistakes. Just do it and make the mistakes early. Don't wait. And then you look up, a whole year went by and you was like, man, I could have just tried. I should have just did it.
Yeah.
Time is one thing you just not getting back.
Yeah.
Time is precious. You can get everything. You can get broke. You can make some more money. You can make some more friends. But time, you cannot get that back.
Yeah.
Make the mistakes early.
Make the mistakes early.
Make them early.
This may sound crazy, but you may have to talk to yourself. You may have to talk to your brain like, man, we about to do it. We about to move today. Today about to be a day of progress. I'll talk to myself.
Out loud. I think that. Say it.
Yeah, I say it. I talk to myself, bro.
It is sounding crazy, but it really.
Mm-hmm. I be talking to myself like, hey, today is a good day. We about to have a good day.
This.
Yeah, we about to have a good day. I don't care. Let's have a good day. Let's do it. Mind, do not drift off. Let's do it. Let's get it. Don't lose yourself. I'm going to hold on to you. Let's go.
Yeah, because if you do drift off, if you don't do that, you're going to go back to that comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's easy to stay in the bed.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Because our brains are just so powerful, man. Like, one thought could just shut your whole day down. Like, oh.
Yeah.
You think you have, you would think of, it'd be something from the past, bro. Or that's something current. You just have a thought.
Or you worried about the future. Like, it could be
man.
a lot. But what I say?
Too much information.
Something that's not in reality right now.
Misinformation.
95%. We be paying too much attention to that.
Yeah.
What's going on in our brain.
Yeah. Too much. Yeah, man. Like, shoot. So just to emphasize on that, here's some facts.
Facts. I like the facts.
Some facts.
Let's get the facts for y'all.
We're gonna take it slow so we can really marinate on each one. Let it marinate.
No doubt.
So I'm gonna go with energy consumption with the brain. So although it represents only 2% of a person's total body weight, the brain consumes about 20% of the body's energy. So that's obviously big, what you eat. So the energy, you know what I'm saying? For you still eating that chicken nugget, let me talk to you, man. Look, man.
My man's with
the chicken nugget may not be good for your brain. I'm telling you. Just do some green leaves, man. Just some leafy greens, bro. And then let's see how the brain feels. But yeah, see how it's important. Your brain, 20%. 20% consumes 20% of the body's energy. So, because the brain is important, it needs to be fed.
The brain alone.
The brain alone.
That's real. That's how you know the connection. Like, energy is a real thing. That's a real thing.
Is that why like I don't know, I got a theory like fried chicken make people mad because there's always a fight at Popeyes.
You back on the chicken nugget guy?
No, not the chicken nugget. It's always a fight at Popeyes. Look, the most fighting on a restaurant.
The most fast food
everybody
restaurant
squabbling up at Popeyes. Squabble up. Everybody squabbling up at Popeyes. And look, bro, if you look up all fights in restaurants, if it ain't Waffle House, chicken,
Waffle House,
chicken, Popeyes, chicken. It's always with a fried chicken spot somebody is scrapping.
So make it your point.
Maybe chicken causes the brains.
I'm the chicken guy.
Maybe,
no, I'm just
maybe the chicken, the fried chicken causes this attitude to where you want, like, it's like, you ever seen, chicken fights. So it make you act, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to fight all the time. Bro. Ain't that crazy?
Maybe not eat chicken.
It's all in the mind, y'all. Remember, this mind over matter, but it's your mind that matters. Okay? Also, mind your business, but your business is your mind.
Hold on, let me let that sing and say that again.
Mind your business, but your business is your mind. I should make Hallmark cards. Like, yeah. Okay. Here's the second one. The neuron count. The human brain contains approximately 86 billion neurons, each capable of forming thousands of connections with other neurons. So those are those electric cells in the brain.
Class.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, it's
You said that's the electric cells?
It's shoot like it's not. Well, they are the signals they shoot is electricity. It's electricity in our brain. Our brains are computers,
that's the
bro.
Energy.
That's it. That's crazy. That our brain, there's actual electricity in your brain.
That's why you can really feel vibes for real. You can really know if you ain't vibing with somebody or you are vibing. Like that's a real. That's not no spiritistic thing. That's science.
That's science. Yes.
Creation.
That's science.
Creation and science, they go together.
God is real.
Energy. That was thought out. That was well planned out.
That was thought out, bro. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Point. Man, that's dope.
So another one. Speed of thought. Information in the brain travels through neurons at different speeds, the fastest being about 268 miles per hour. That's the speed of thought. So if somebody say you thinking too slow, it's like, wow, like it's actually impossible to do that.
Or thinking too slow.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a 200. What? How can you measure thinking with?
I guess I
guess I'm thinking slow.
It is some. They must use the neurons, the electricity sent from neurons together. Yeah. They must. That's crazy. That the calculation to find that out has to be quantum level. Yeah. But that's amazing.
Got the nerd coming out.
Yeah. All right. So, plasticity. Plasticity. Sorry. Plasticity. Plasticity. The brain is remarkably adaptable and can reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity.
What?
That is amazing. Yeah, it can reform
Run that
itself.
back. No, read it again.
All right, you gonna give me a challenge?
For them, not for me. Somebody didn't hear that.
Oh, the brain is remarkably adaptable and can reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
but that's what we talking about, ain't it?
That's crazy. Yeah,
you can change. That's why I say it ain't
your
too
mind.
late.
Change your mind.
You have to make your mind.
Yes,
over.
you can change your mind. Man, that's amazing.
Change your dominant mental attitude.
Oh yeah,
the way you view things. You don't have to be stuck in your ways. They can change for the better. You can be open to change for the better, and you'll get better results in your life.
Yeah.
That's a deep one right there.
Yeah.
That's a deep one right there. Perspective can be changed. And then you can see things more clear, more better. from a different perspective.
You know, it just goes to show you. That's why some of the biggest, you want to call institutions, governments, cult leaders, they always attack the mind. The mind is so powerful. If you can get into a person's mind, you got them. They got you. If anything can trap your mind, it got you.
If I can live rent free in your head, I got you.
Yeah.
Rent free. That's why I love that.
I always think actually beat us by your head. Like, that's just funny.
Living it in.
Living rent free is funny. That's hilarious. All right. Memory capacity. The human brain storage capacity is virtually limitless. Estimated to be around 2.5 petabytes. 1 petabyte equals 1 million gigabytes. So 2.5 million gigabytes. Our
we
memory
can't fathom that.
That's crazy.
That's mind-boggling. So virtually
limitless.
Limitless.
Yeah.
The capacity of what our brains can hold. That's powerful.
It's powerful.
That is extremely powerful. But that's why exercising your mind is good for you.
Yeah.
Do some word puzzles and word searches, man. Do some of that stuff.
I suggest Sudoku.
Yeah.
Play Sudoku. Watch Jeopardy. Even though I'll be like,
do all that boring stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
Read books.
Do all that boring. That's gonna make it start off, but then when you start seeing the results, you start to love it. Just like a gym head.
Bro, a spot. Okay, I go to the comic book store, but bro, pull up to a Barnes and Noble, man, and just walk around. It's so peaceful, and just grab a book. I'm telling you, it's so peaceful, bro. Make sure
I recommend start in the self-improvement section.
Yeah.
You'll find something
you like,
because everybody can improve on something. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Start there. So that was the list, right?
Yeah, that was 5. So 5 amazing facts about the brain.
Amazing facts about the brain. Those facts, take those facts. I know they boring facts, but they facts that if you study those facts and then you see how you can apply them in your personal life, in your personal endeavors, you'll be sure to have good results. You're going to equivalate your brain
That's our new
with
word,
the soil.
Equivalate.
And you're going to
equivalate. Sorry.
Good fruitage.
Yeah.
Equivalate. But nah, thank y'all for kicking it with us.
Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all, man. I just want to give a shout out to everybody, man. I really appreciate all of the support. Shout out to Tyler Plasko. Shout out to all the friends and families that really reached out to me and bro, just telling us, encouraging us on this journey, on our creative tip. Really appreciate you guys. Even those people that didn't have really much good to say. I appreciate the criticism, even when it's not constructive. So, appreciate it all. I think this is extremely fun. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I'm happy. I hope you guys are really enjoying it too. And if you can, spread the word, tell everybody about our podcast and give us more tips on how we could really make it more engaging for you guys.
We appreciate the tips. But either way, tips or no tips, we coming up. It's only up from here. Yeah. We plan to get better and better. And it's gonna be for y'all. You got some fun ideas on the way.
Very fun.
Some fun ideas on the way.
Look out for some huge updates, upgrades, and upkeeping. So, man, we thank y'all.
And some guests.
Yes.
We'll talk about it.
For sure. But all right, think we about to head out of here, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. This is Free Noise, and we're out.
Peace. Love y'all.